We are joined via Zoom now by Maryland Democratic Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth. Congresswoman Elfreth, your district located between here in D.C. and Baltimore. You have something like 44,000 federal employees in your district. How many of them are furloughed today? Do you know?
I don't have the number of how many are furloughed. We are going to have a lot of essential employees. I represent a number of military bases and other folks who are going to be deemed essential, which is why even before this shutdown, we filed a bill, myself and Senator Alsobrooks from Maryland, joined by our colleagues from Virginia and across the country, filed a bill to help support those essential employees. There's a little bit of a gap in our policy right now. While everybody's going to receive back pay, furloughed employees can apply for unemployment insurance to help get through this shutdown because over half of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. But essential employees cannot apply for that unemployment insurance. So our bill, Help Feds Act, was filed on Friday, and it's not going to obviously be ready for this shutdown, but we're preparing just what are the lessons learned? How can I support my constituents and federal employees across this country moving forward?
What's your message to federal employees who are trying to plan out how long this is going to last, whether this is going to be another 35-day shutdown as it was during the first Trump administration, or one of those shorter, just a couple days shutdown before a deal is made and the government reopens?
Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last. And first of all, I just want to say to federal employees, thank you. They're not hearing that enough from this administration. I appreciate your service to the American people. I represent 44,000, as you said, but while they're my neighbors and they're important to Maryland's economy, these are folks who are providing essential services for Americans across this country. They answer the phones at Social Security. They, support folks getting appointments at the VA. They inspect food through FDA and USDA. So they support those essential services that taxpayers have paid for across this country. So I just want to say thank you. You don't do it for the money. I know that you do it out of service, a sense of service for this country, and I appreciate you. And I've heard from many folks in the district. We were in district all week before I was in DC this week trying to find a deal. I've heard from many folks who wanted us to shut the government down, wanted us to stand strong. A lot of people have lost their jobs during the DOGE cuts, have seen the chaos of this administration, and want us to stand up for them, and that's what I'm doing.
Does a shutdown turn the keys over to Russ Vought and the Office of Management and Budget to have further cuts to the federal government, further firings during this shutdown?
It's something I'm concerned about. I think I've been concerned about Russ Vought since he was nominated for OMB director. This is a man who does not respect federal civil servants. He's made many comments as the architect of Project 2025. He has shown his utter disdain and disrespect for civil servants. So I've been weary of him since then. I'm also just deeply offended at the president and Vought's threats to federal workers. I've been doing budget negotiations and deals in my 7 years, first in the State House, now in Congress, and I've always found that the first person to threaten normally has the short hand in this negotiation. But it's also just, again, deeply offensive to the American people, and it should concern everybody that threats are being lobbied about using civil servants as political pawns.
On doing negotiations and deals, what do you say to Republicans who have said it's okay to have a debate about these health care subsidies at the heart of the shutdown, but doing it during a shutdown is irresponsible, that Democrats should have voted for a continuing resolution, kept the government open, and we can also have that debate, saying Republicans voted for continuing resolutions during the Biden administration, that what's happening today is irresponsible and pointing the fingers at Democrats for allowing this to happen?
Well, first of all, let's be clear. We've been in a continuing resolution since I've been to Congress. We have not been able to pass a budget. And so we've all been working towards a solution here. This is not something, this healthcare crisis that we are lurching towards is not something that can wait 7 weeks. It's October 1st. People will be receiving in their mailbox notices about their premiums for their health insurance going up on January 1st. In Maryland's case, by 13%. And this is in the midst of the most drastic Medicaid cuts in the history of this country. This is in the midst of the president just announcing tariffs, 100% tariffs on pharmaceuticals coming from overseas. We are in the middle of a healthcare affordability crisis. We cannot wait 7 weeks to solve it. The insurance marketplace is already sending those notices out to people. They are not going to wait to increase those premiums. And so it's something we have to address right now because those ACA tax credits expire on December 31st. So I would love a deal. And let me be clear, this impacts 15,000 people in my district, but it impacts millions of people across this country. And I'm trying to apply to the better angels of the natures of my colleagues across the aisle because their constituents as well are going to suffer from Congress's inaction.
What's the plan today? What are you hearing from Democratic leadership on when you will meet with them and when we decide on the next steps when it comes to congressional action?
Yeah, so I live in Annapolis. I'm home right now. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm going to head up to the State House to do a press conference with my governor announcing supports for federal employees, many of which I voted on when I was at the State House. And then I'm heading to DC to meet with the Democratic caucus. We are there. Republicans have been home for the last week and a half, but Democrats have been back in Washington for the last 3 days, ready and willing to work towards a bipartisan budget deal and vote to avert, well, now reopen the government. We've been working to avert it for the last 2 days, but now it's about how can we come together on a bipartisan budget deal? That's what the American people want of us. How do we work together? And I'm looking for that olive branch from the Republicans. I'm not yet seeing it, but I like to say that I'm in this business as an optimist. I couldn't get through every day and make this drive to DC every day if I weren't.
And then before you go, I think you were on the line listening into that caller just before you and I started chatting. The two videos now that President Trump has posted about Hakeem Jeffries, the sombrero, the mariachi band. Your reaction?
I have not watched them. Maybe they're funny. I mean, the gentleman had a point about humor, but I don't think this example, the president utilizing his social media to poke fun in frankly racist ways at Democratic leadership. A, it's beneath the Oval Office, and B, if we're talking about a deal and trying to be serious here, that doesn't achieve a deal. That exacerbates the situation. And again, it's just beneath the office. I don't understand this president. As a man who's known for making deals, this is utter foolishness.
Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth, Democrat from Maryland. It's the 3rd District of Maryland. We'll let you get your day of work here. Thanks so much for the time this morning.
Thank you.